Alright guys, welcome back to some more war content. We're going to start off on path 3 this time. We've got Claire against Odin. And now he's global. She can't deal with the taking the damage from the armor up. I'm going to get damage reflected back onto me like the power burn damage, but what I'm going to do is I just go parry heavy, and even though there's power burn, I'm able to get up to a special 2, and then if I stay in the bleed phase, then when I throw my special 2, I will be able to heal back up. So that is my plan here for this Odin. You can see here I'm going with the parry heavies, and I got some hits into the block there for the prowess, so that if I evade, I don't let him go indestructible. So I'm going to build up to a special 2, wait for an opening here, drop my special 2, and you can see I heal all the way back up to 95%. So I don't mind using Claire at all for these first 2 fights if I have to. Next is Kingpin, so I'm going to go with the shiny rank 3 Domino. Kingpin has no armor up, so there's absolutely nothing to worry about on this particular node. While we watch, the only thing I have to do is hit into the block to make sure that I have prowess, so that if I do evade, then I'm not going to, again, let him go indestructible. I do get clipped there, but then the rest of the fight is just fine. Just a reminder, as always, I do 2 paths in the same battle group, path 1 and path 3. I think in this war we actually do the crisscross, where path 3 goes to path 1 goes to path 3, and then we've got, I think, 4 shared fights in this one, so 12 in total. And everything went pretty well, I believe, in this war. I'm a little bit behind on getting these videos out there, but unfortunately, I think that we lost the last 2. So this one, I believe, is still in tier 2, and I think we do get pushed for the next war back into tier 3. It is tough, you know, everyone's pushing up at the same time. It is very difficult. Here we got path 1 in section 1. We've got Magneto against Mysterio. Anytime I see a hashtag metal champion, you know I'm bringing in Magneto. He just absolutely still destroys pretty much everything. So any hashtag metal champion, we are pretty much good to go for the most part, other than maybe globals, and even that is possible, but you know, they're quick work of Mysterio. This Thing fight, I was really happy with the way I played this one with Havok against Thing. This is the Masochism Vigorous Assault. So he'll go unblockable if I trigger a regen. I'm only going to trigger the regen, whoever placed this, placed with the damaging masteries, possibly to get you to think that you could parry right off the bat, or go for a block right off the bat, but because of the damaging masteries, he removes them right away and gets the unblockable right at the beginning of the fight. But for the rest of this fight, my plan here is, other than the fact that recoil is going to be my friend, and all I have to do is worry about the rock stacks by hitting into the block as a global defender. That's what I want to do to build up prowess charges anyways. So that is going to help me. And then all I got to do is play around. I'm trying not to put too many debuffs on, because I don't want to necessarily trigger the masochism, right? And for whatever reason, I think the nodes here, I'm not triggering the unblockable by that debuff. So I'm not, again, if there's no healing, so if I don't trigger the masochism per se, right? If I don't trigger the masochism, which I can't, it's not triggering the masochism through Havok's debuff that he puts on there. So, because it's not, I guess, a damaging debuff. So I'm just able to play around this one the entire time, play stun immune, hit into the block as I need to. Every time he throws a special, he's taking recoil damage. So I was really happy to finish this one with a full yellow bar. That was very sweet. Now we're going to take that, we're going to take the Havok, Corvus, and Magneto and go on to path 3 in section 2. First, we have the future Antman on this node. We have it a million times throughout the last few seasons. We're always going to take this one with Magneto. We can basically just ignore all the future Antman stuff. And then the next fight is going to be Red Skull. And There are so many champions in the game, and I don't have everybody ranked up all the time. Some champions I used to have ranked up as 5 stars. Then I used to have some champions that were like only like rank 3, 6 stars. Then with 7 stars, you start ranking up those, and you forget about some champions that you have sitting on the bench. And with the recent what is it, like Pooley's event and all, or no, not the recent event for buying the Omega Days. But the recent Omega Days event, 7-star Corvus was talked about as a popular champion. I'm like, I have a 6-star Corvus. He will work for the stinking Red Skull. Okay, this one either on the bleed or the shock node. Both would be fine because look, when I parry, down goes all his armor ups. In one shot, one parry removes all of them. All the trouble that I was having with Deathless King Root or Black Widow Clairvoyant all disappears in a matter of like a 30-hit fight with Corvus. The only thing I've got to do here is make sure that I don't run out of charges, and if I do run out of charges, that I make sure that I parry and make sure I don't hit him when he has the armor up, or else I'm going to get I can take the like shock damage. So and even if I get shock damage while I have my glaive charges, I don't have to worry about anything. So I play this one a little slow. I even push to a special 2. We get pretty much a full evade there, and we are going to finish off that Red Skull so fast, and it's just so disappointing. I don't know if I would have been able to fit him onto my team for those other wars, and those deaths didn't really matter, but wow, that was so much better. Now we're going to go to crisscross onto path 1 in section 2. We're going to go Viv against Havok. Havok is not global, so this is just a regular Viv fight for me. You know, standard Viv, built to special 2, medium ending combos to put on the passive heal block, especially if it's a regen node. This one, if you dash back twice, you trigger a regen on the opponent. So as long as I keep up my medium ending combos, I can ignore the regen all the time. There we go. We get to our unblockable special 1 when we have a bar of power and Havok has no power, has below a bar of power. Then our special 1s are unblockable. We can cycle back a bunch of power and get like 3 in a row there. And we're going to bait out one more special 1. We are still, we take a combo, like 2 hits to the face. And now we're going to finish it with a special 2. And we still finish with 90% health. Very nice fight. Now we've got Bullseye on Masochism, and I could see this one, Bullseye on Buffet, and the healing could be crazy, and it's Bullseye, so he's global. We're going to go with Domino. We're going to hit into the block a bunch of times to build up prowess. We go with a power start 1 and a big power back boost. So my job here is I'm going to try and bait out this first special 1. Unfortunately, I have too many hits in Domino's. She has like those multi-hits in her combo. So now I can go ahead, drop a special 2. Look how much damage we do. And we're right back to another special 2 before he just gets a chance to get to another bar of power. And we nuke him down before you know it. I love it. That was awesome. I was a little nervous about that fight, and it was great. Then I've got this Baron Zemo mini boss with Power Focus 2, and we're also going in with Domino here, and we're going to try and do similar Domino shenanigans where it's right after that Bullseye fight. We're super boosted here. Unfortunately, I can't get a hit in there, and I get rooted. I'm going to take, he didn't want to throw a special. I'm going to end up taking a special 2 to the face because I didn't block fast enough. He's got the special 2 is going to do nothing, but it's going to push me to a special 3, and I'm going to parry very quickly, go into a special 3 before he has a chance to gain another invulnerability charge or indestructible charge. We're going to throw our special 3 and immediately throw another special 2. Domino, absolutely insane, and we had to be a little bit lucky there. Now we've got a onslaught on Resistance is Feeble, personal space regen. We're going to go in with Havok here. Now, we did it the last time where we were on the hazard shift shock node, and I wasn't 100% sure here. I think that basically I'm so used to trying not to get hit or trying to fully evade Onslaught's special one. I think the idea is I'm supposed to actually get hit by the special one because the neuroshocks are then gonna fuel the plasma detonation on the top right. You're gonna see shoot up to 10 over and over and over again. Every time it gets to 10, it's going to detonate, or like over 10, it's going to detonate and do a bunch of damage to Onslaught. We get the special 2, but at a certain point, I really need to I think it's just I need to get hit. If I get hit by the special 1, then or at least block the whole thing instead of trying to evade it, then I'm going to start, but I see there, I evade most of it. I take some damage there, and when I do get close to him, I am putting on those plasmas, or at least I'm just putting on the plasmas from having those like neuroshocks on me, and I'm gonna get clipped here, and I'm gonna put so many neuroshocks on him that he's just gonna continuously melt, and he ends up melting before me. I didn't even play that well, but it's just a super nuke option with Havok against Onslaught. Now we've got Magneto against the Hazard Shift, Shock, Bleed, Conflictor, Iron Man Infinity War, and like I said, if it's hashtag metal, we're taking it with Magneto. We're basically going to ignore Conflictor. We're going to ignore the Hazard Shift. We are just going to play regular Magneto style, which is bait out some heavies, counter with my heavy, build up to a special 3, and try and nuke down Iron Man Infinity War as best as we can. If he doesn't have an armor up when we throw the special 3, then he'll take the bleeds. If he has an armor up, I believe he won't take the bleed. I believe that's the case, but we'll still have a big fury, and we'll be able to nuke him down pretty fast here. So, again, I'm going to wait out that I get clipped by a heavy attack, not the end of the world. Okay, counter back with mine. Bait another special 1. Okay, we charge our prowess. We throw a nice big special 3 on Iron Man Infinity War. Drops him down to 30%. You can see there, because he does get he is immune to the bleeds there. But we have the 2 big furies, so we are hitting pretty hard here. You can see that 29k on that heavy attack. And again, heavy attack, and then we're going to throw a striker, special 1, and finish the fight. So, very nice fight again with Magneto. And then last but not least, we have this same Killmonger that we soloed last time. And I was looking forward to trying to solo this guy again. Unfortunately, he is very difficult, and you need him to play into your hands exactly how you want. What I'm doing here is I can't let him throw a special 1. I can't gain any power on this fight. I cannot parry. I have to play stun immune. I have to find openings to hit into the block, and also have to keep hitting him normally because of brute force. You can see here I needed to hit into the block to remove the indestructible charge, but then I take a few ticks of brute force damage, because if you don't hit him for a few seconds, you start degenning. So that is kind of the problem here. I'm constantly trying to push to special 2, then attack back in, hold block when he's below 2 bars of power, and try and push him, either hit into the block or bait a heavy attack, or push or bait another special 2. But the whole key bit is do not let him throw a special 1, because the problem with the special 1 is that once he throws a special 1, you're stuck either intercepting, or like it's going to be very difficult to not trigger the indestructible. You're going to have, if you trigger an indestructible after he throws a special 1, then it's going to be very difficult to remove it, because you cannot stun and you won't be able to hit into the block. And that is why Killmonger is on this particular node. So we're going to get to the end of the fight here, and you can see here I get clipped a little bit by that special 2 on the block. Here I'm stuck where right now I have to, if I hit into him, then I'm hitting into the block, but I'm going to sacrifice some potential brute force damage there. So now I'm hitting into the block. I get a nice little intercept, so I'm not taking brute force damage. And right at the end here, there's the special one. So because he threw the special one here, I cannot get any damage in. I'm stuck here at the end with the brute force timer. If I hit into his block, then I am going to get, right now I can hit into his block again, but the brute force damage gets me, and then I walk into a special 2 because I was rushing. Now we finish it with Claire, 1 death. I was still pretty happy. Hope you enjoyed the war, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.